Griffith is the most impactful manga villain I have ever seen. There are not many villains whose actions have actually left an impact on me, who have actually left me thinking, God damn, that is a bad guy right there. And there also aren't many villains as complex as he is either. Now, of course, there are many different manga villains out there, but not many have achieved what Griffith has achieved in terms of impact on the audience. And today we're going to talk about how you can create an impactful or legendary manga villain. First, we start with the little things. How Griffith looks, his appearance. Griffith is actually beautiful, which is very different from most other villains. Most other villains look really rough, or they look ugly, or even monstrous. Griffith is the opposite. He looks like an angel, but he's actually a demon. If you can find a small way like that to make your villain unique from others, then they will truly stand out. That's the only way you're going to make an impact on anything. Of course, you can have a villain who wants to rule the world, who has typical beliefs, who's ugly and terrifying looking and just a cosmic threat. But what's that one thing that they have that makes them truly impactful? You could start with how they look, act, and what they believe. When it comes to Griffith, he acts confident, but also childlike. You rarely see villains act childlike. That's usually not a thing. Confidence is usually a thing. So a little bit of spice there. Then you must tackle their beliefs. I believe a story without character beliefs is just a theme park ride, so that is a number one priority. Griffith's beliefs aren't that complex though. He just wants to pursue his dream and he won't let anything get in the way of that. That's a very simple villain dream to have. None of this is what makes Griffith truly impactful. What makes Griffith truly impactful, or any villain for that matter, is how they attack your fears. A villain is really there to test a hero. Why else would a villain be there? Right? He's there to test Guts. That's what Griffith is there for. So he attacks Guts' fears. And Guts' fears should be a fear that most people have in general, that most readers can relate to. What is this fear? It's the fear of betrayal. From the very beginning, Griffith, while you know he's not the greatest person on earth, is a friend to Guts. In fact, Guts is one of his only true friends. So you believe that Griffith could somehow be changed by Guts. And you believe that he truly cares about his men, because he does show moments where he does care. But he cares about his dream more. And yes, that's where the belief system comes in. However, this whole thing ties into the fear of betrayal, because what makes the sacrifice scene so impactful is how he betrays all of these people that he's been so close to throughout this entire story for literal chapters. And that ties into one of our biggest fears as humans. That's why some people hesitate to get into a relationship, or maybe even a friendship. Or that's why a lot of people have trust issues or family issues, just because we fear betrayal. I think we can all agree that feeling betrayed is probably one of the worst feelings you could have. This betrayal creates Guts' desire for vengeance, which is a stark contrast to Griffith's desire for a dream. You see how this all works? Do you see how this is tying into the belief systems and this is creating conflict? Do you see how this works? This is the reason that so many people talk about Griffith. Yes, he has all this complexity as a character. Yeah, he's one of the most complex characters in manga. All of that extra stuff is well and good. But the real reason he made an impact is because of that sacrifice scene. If that sacrifice scene was not there, I'm going to be real with you, I don't think Griffith would be as impactful of a character. Because that scene, yes, it is super brutal, it is super dark, and it's crazy. However, if let's say that scene was there, but Griffith's character was just a pure evil character. Like, let's say he was like Dark Side, and he was just pure evil. He just wanted to rule the world, conquer it, and he was just evil. And then he did all that stuff to Casca. Yeah, it would be impactful because we care about Guts, and we don't want anything to happen to Casca because we care about Casca. But Griffith being their closest friend and leader, hits way harder. Other villains tap into fears as well, of course, like Thanos taps into the fear of extinction. But extinction isn't really as big of a fear because we really don't expect it to ever happen. The likelihood of that happening is pretty low. But betrayal? That's a pretty common fear, and that's a likely thing to happen. In my book Grandpa, the villains tackle the fear of being forgotten, being a nobody. Like Berserk, it's a mature fantasy book. If you want to hear more about it, make sure to click the link down below. But yeah, when Griffith creates an entire false heaven for people to see their dead loved ones so that he can truly reach his dream and have his own paradise, that is insane. In order to attack the fears of your audience, you must attack the fear of your protagonist. So, how do you come up with this fear? Well, you have to think of your own. It's pretty simple. So think about what fear has affected you the most in life. Maybe it prevented you from doing something. Or, maybe it just creeps into your mind every once in a while. If you have that fear, someone else out there probably has it too. So it'll affect somebody in some way. Once you have your protagonist's fears all checked out, then you can create a manifestation of those fears, and that is your villain. Do this, and I'm sure they'll leave an impact. Anyway, that's going to wrap up this video. If you want to check out my book, once again, make sure to click the link down in the description below. I'll see you guys in the next one.